What is going on, y'all? Travis here, back with the next episode of Criminal Minds Season 3, Episode 15. Damn! Let's get into it, shall we?
Well, they said that storm was coming.
Pittsburgh.
How are we? Well, it's hard. Just one foot in front of the other. Thanks. It would have been Amy's birthday tomorrow. Paul? He's been a rock, but you know how he is. His glass is always full. I think he's home. The kids are with Grandma tonight. We have a night off. God, we need it.
Place is a mess.
Thank you. I appreciate the call, Kate. I should go. Yeah, okay. Bye. Paul? Paul, I think the lightning blew out the house. Honey? Paul? 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 Honey? Paul, open the door. Honey? Unlock the door!
Oh, no. Oh no, Paul. Could have turned the water off first. That means somebody else probably did it.
Agent Jennifer Giroux, a friend of mine gave me your number, said you might be able to help. Ronnie Bailman, Pittsburgh PD. There's something going on in my town. Something's not right.
Got a case. So,
I need a favor.
of course,
I need some personal time, no more than a day.
take all the time you need.
I need to talk to Jack. I've lost her, but I'm not going to lose him.
No
I need
more
to
than
try
a
to
day.
Tell him what's going on. I don't know how much he's going to understand, but
All he needs to understand is that you love him.
I'll join you when I can.
3 months ago, a fire in the Shadyside Rec Center killed 14 children.
I remember that.
What does that have to do with us?
Over the past 3 months, there's been 5 suicides. All of them lost a child in the fire. The last one
What?
was Paul Bailman. He was found electrocuted in his bathtub yesterday. I received a request for our help.
Why did they need our help? They're suicides.
All of the suicides were within 2 weeks of each other. Could be some kind of pattern.
Detective Ronnie Bailman, Pittsburgh PD, thinks that something's going on.
Why do you say that?
He's related to that man, right?
His brother.
A cop who doesn't believe his brother committed suicide. Next case.
Now, wait a second. 5 suicides within months? A serious spike.
Suicides don't spike after a tragedy.
The opposite, actually. Within a society, external threats usually create group integration.
People come together. There's reason for doubt, which there obviously is. Don't those families left behind have a right to know?
Yes, they do.
Somebody else tell him, like social services.
Contact Detective Bailman. Let him know we're coming.
Yeah. Morgan, I can't believe you don't want to go.
There is no refuge from confession but suicide, and suicide is confession. Daniel Webster.
I don't want to talk
Ultra
about
data taken
this.
case. Look at us, we don't have a single file.
Fact 1, there are no files.
1 fire, 14 deaths, 5 suicides.
And all exactly 2 weeks
I
apart.
feel a lot like a pattern.
It is a pattern, obviously.
A lot of people lost their kids in that fire. That's a whole world of grief. Suicide's their only way out.
Or someone decided it was.
No.
Made it look this way?
What if they have?
Then we're looking for one very smart unsub.
And that would make them what?
Someone who thinks they're putting them out of their misery.
That's
An
fucked
angel
up.
of death.
Imagine the rest of the their family lost a kid and a parent.
Agent Giroux, I'm Detective Ronnie Bailman. Thank you, all of you.
Well, your colleagues don't look all that happy to see us.
They didn't just lose a brother.
We're going to build what we call psychological autopsies to determine whether the victims killed themselves.
Everything's in those boxes.
We'd also like to take a look at your brother's house.
I'll take you there.
I think it's better if you stay here.
It's my case.
Technically, there is no case. If there was, you wouldn't be on it.
We need to profile the scene without bias.
I could use your help with these files. Looks like there's quite a few.
My brother kept a journal. Read the last page. They're not the words of a suicidal man.
You seem pretty sure that an unsub exists.
So are you. You're here, aren't you?
He wasn't on antidepressants. He wasn't depressed.
Do you mind if my colleagues take a look upstairs?
Ronnie kept it exactly as it was until you got here.
Tell me about the fire.
It's the annual fall dance for the kids. It's really popular. It's hard to get tickets, but the kids love it.
Personally know any of the other families?
Who lost children?
And who recently committed suicide? Just questions.
Paul wouldn't do this.
What?
Paul wouldn't do this. He would not leave us. Not like that.
Go ahead. Put it up.
This is a physical representation of the 5 equivocal deaths. We'll build psychological autopsies of each person.
And this will tell us if it was suicide or murder.
Did the other
Suicide,
ones
yes,
do it a
murder,
different
no.
way?
And you think it's a pretty good indicator.
It's proven to carry a 92% accuracy rate in cases that have gone to trial.
The door was locked from the inside, but he could have gotten out that window.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a good 20-foot drop. It'll hurt, but you could do it. So a toaster was thrown in the tub, right?
Space heater.
Toaster, space heater. Did the job.
Hey, it's a 110 outlet with no GFI.
Go on.
It's a 1930s house. It's been remodeled with no ground fault installation.
Yet there was a GFI unit installed in the kitchen. I put them in all my properties, especially the bathroom and the kitchen. Any surge of electrical current will shut the power down at the source.
Properties? How many properties?
4. Whoever threw the space heater
Okay,
in this tub knew that there was no
businessman.
GFI.
What did your husband do for a living?
He was a contractor.
Well, if these autopsies prove they weren't suicides, then I need to inform the media right away.
I would err on the side of caution.
People need to know.
As soon as we have absolute proof. I think the town's been through enough already.
If these cases are related, then this unsub's probably already aware that we're onto him.
Community needs to know if there's a serial killer in its midst,
As soon as we have proof.
even if the proof means another body.
He's right, you know.
He's likely to react irrationally.
If this turns out to be the work of a serial killer, the whole town will too.
You know what I think, Jakey?
Uh-oh.
Quarterback. Yeah. Maybe that's a little too deep. Ooh, looks like we have a visitor. Just a second. Mommy will be right back. Hey there. Come on in.
Thank you very much.
Oh no.
Say hi, Jake. Say hi. I've got your bag in the other room.
I've got you right in the other room. So. Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do this.
All right, you got a kid. There's a bad guy in the house. What do you do to protect your child?
Fight.
Not a single defensive wound on her body.
I don't suppose she climbed up there of her own free will.
Unless she committed suicide.
She's got a baby crying for her in the other room.
Father found him in the high chair. Not a scratch.
The child is of no importance to him. You find a suicide note?
Haven't found one yet.
So what are you thinking?
In every case, there is no evidence of a struggle.
I'm gonna need you and Emily to contact all of the family and inform them of what's going on. They need to be warned immediately.
So she couldn't cope. It happens. It happens every day.
No, not here, it didn't.
But what's the guy do? Like, why'd she let
know,
him
that's
in?
exactly
That's what I'm curious about.
Paul Bailman's house. That's what you'd expect from someone who is deeply depressed.
I know, I saw it. Everything past orderly, everything present disorderly.
Bookshelf, the glass cabinet, all had order when their lives had order. Everything about Beth's home says she moved on.
Then how did she get up there without a fight?
She's already dead.
Dead weight is a lot heavier than alive.
She can't believe he's gonna spare the baby if she does what she's told.
How did he get in?
Beth must have let him in. I mean, she had to.
They all let him in.
She fixes them drinks, he drugs her. It's gotta be it.
It's Emily the Strange and Great. What can I do you for?
Looking for a drug that would temporarily paralyze, not kill them. Look for something that wouldn't show up in a toxicology report. Thank you.
Benadryl.
Anything to tell us whether these are suicides or not?
Some samples from Deidre Noller. An insurance form, a letter she wrote to her neighbor a month ago, and her suicide note.
Suicide note matches, right?
She's professing regret. Look, please forgive me, I've disappointed you, and so on. The forensic analysis is saying the exact opposite.
Not someone who would take a swan dive off a 5-story wall. Now we have the proof. These aren't suicides. Those notes, were they coerced?
These are words you generally wouldn't use.
I'll take that as a no. My brother's journal?
I haven't even, it's extensive, I haven't
Another
even.
no. Can we inform the media now?
I have.
I need you all outside.
What up,
This is
Potch?
SSA.
What have we got?
Over 100 individuals within the Pittsburgh area were affected by that fire.
So this unsub is targeting grief.
Grief?
A single event led him to end the life. From that moment on, he created his own sense of morality, what is right and what is wrong. And he rationalizes what he did and by targeting people that he believes can't be saved by anyone other than himself. And this gives him an all-consuming sense of power.
Not gonna stop anytime soon.
It's assuming there's someone to actually stop.
And if there is, he's convinced he's on a mission of mercy.
White male, mid to late 30s. He's polite, forthcoming, doesn't stand out. And we believe his victims are all letting him in.
My brother, his wife, weren't letting anyone in.
This unsub has found a way in.
He's a
In
grief
every case, there was
counselor.
no evidence of a struggle.
He finds a personal connection and uses it to buy time.
He's
My
a
officers need to know this.
pastor.
We've found angels of mercy are often people in the medical profession, law enforcement.
Cops.
Which is why we're meeting out here.
We don't want to point a finger.
Point it. I don't give a damn.
Let us figure out where to point it.
I asked Garcia to check into emergency responders.
Good. Prentice?
He knows all about these people's schedules, their routines.
This unsub does exist. This is a guy who's all about control. He chooses how they
It's
die,
him.
when they die. He even positions them exactly how he wants them to die. That makes him hypervigilant. A guy who's always on the lookout, risk-averse, unseen.
The only way to stop him is to find out how he's managed to get into all of his victims' lives.
Find that out, we've got our killer.
Start bringing people in. Find the connection.
I haven't had a drink. 3 weeks, 4 days. Some of you know I lost my son, Ben, in the fire. A few of you have pushed me to go see his Little League games. His old team. He used to pitch, but I gotta be honest,
Tim.
I just haven't been up for that. I drive by every day. You know, maybe today, maybe not. I don't know.
Thank you for coming.
We're so sorry about the loss of your son.
I'm sure you know about the suicides that have occurred in Shadyside.
We believe there's a serial killer who is making it appear as though his victims are committing suicide.
Oh my God.
And he's targeting people that were affected by the fire.
What do you mean? I mean, why would someone do that?
He believes he's an angel of mercy.
Psycho?
That he's actually helping his victims move on.
Do you believe we may know this person?
Yes, we do.
We just buried our daughter.
Yes, we know.
It's crucial we look into every part of your life.
Oh, like he's done or is doing, right?
Can you think of anyone?
They're just doing their job.
He's a white male, mid-30s. He comes across as very concerned, friendly, charming.
No, I'm sorry.
If you need our help for anything.
Maybe it's him.
Did you see her with her son? She couldn't hold him. She couldn't look at him.
Mind if I sit here?
Help yourself.
So you made it.
Yeah, I did.
Face what you fear the most. Step 10, continue to take personal inventory.
What a fucking...
Go ahead, hot stuff. Talk to me.
Prentice was looking for some narcotic, burning love
I
hunk,
love-
and I scored humongously. I ran every toxicological panel known to man and came up with
Burning
zilch, which
love
means he must be
hunk.
knocking them out with a neuromuscular agent.
With a what?
Paralytic.
Something like succinylcholine. One of those ones that would metabolize in the body so
Macaroni,
quickly it wouldn't be detectable. And I called me up, Mr. Coroner. He says by injection. So I say, hey guy, wouldn't that leave a mark? And then he goes and looks at Beth Smoller's body and finds the mark. A hole. Right in her hairline.
So you'd have to be in the medical profession to get a hold of those drugs, right?
You can get almost anything online these days.
This drug leaves no trace.
None.
Even if a coroner was looking for something, the evidence was gone. Beth Smoller didn't see anything coming.
She completely saw it coming. They all saw it coming. Neuromuscular blockers paralyze the muscle while you remain very much awake.
He sedates them, then engineers their suicide.
Well, if that's true, it means this unsub's not looking for the glory of the kill.
But unfortunately for his victims, they're wide awake when he decides time for them to move on.
I know that feeling.
Oh my God.
When is it ever going to end? The sadness that just goes on every breathing moment. And the pain, it overwhelms you. And if you could end it, you would. That's why when you looked at me, Curtis, I knew in that moment what you wanted of me, what you wanted me to do. I'm only sorry it took me this long. But I'm here now. You can let go, Curtis. I think we're ready now. I'm ready.
It's so gross.
Barrel was placed right there. Then it exited out through his
Cranium. Check the back of his head, his hairline. There, see it?
puncture wound made by a
needle.
You leave a note? All right, Rossi, I'm in. We got ourselves an unsub.
They all have the same type of tone.
Took you long enough.
It's uncanny.
They all wrote these willingly.
None of them are forced. He never says goodbye. It's like they're not meant for anybody, not for a wife, not for a kid.
But who are they writing them to?
They're amends to themselves, and I believe they're written as part of a program.
Program?
The 5 stages of grief. Some self-help groups, they ask you to write down an amends.
Is that right? And all of these groups are anonymous.
Well, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here, for tonight, Monday, there are 91 around Pittsburgh.
Gotta be kidding me, that many?
They have different meetings all day and night.
That U.S. schedule of meetings for the major grief staples. There are 11.
Can we get a list of names?
They're anonymous. That's how he's been getting away with it.
We're gonna need all the people you can spare.
You got it.
Can you think of anybody who sticks out?
Confident, earnest.
Everyone sticks out. No one sticks out, you know?
We're just checking all the different groups in the area.
This is a really private group. Honestly, I don't think I could help you. If I could, I wouldn't.
Even if it means that one of the members of your group might get killed.
This person has a specific background.
He would have felt compelled to tell his story, and he may have even told it time and time again.
About 90% of the group.
He might have brought up suicide.
There has been a lot of suicide talk lately.
Anyone come to mind?
There was a guy who talked about his brother's suicide. Pretty intense.
This guy stood up and told a story about his brother. His family was so poor.
They shared the same bedroom till they were 15.
We heard the same story.
He's moving from group to group.
He said his name was Pete. Dad was a
professor at Broussard, and we were just kids. Slept in separate beds. And my father, he'd be coming the stairway, and we'd hear this creaking sound. It was awful. And then he'd get in bed with James.
molest them. The worst part of it is that he pretended to be asleep when it happened.
It's true, it could be what started our unsub on his mission of mercy.
Certainly didn't end well, at least not for James, the older brother.
And one night, I came into our room, and well, James had slashed his wrists. The sheets were covered in his blood. It was everywhere. And then he looked me in the eye, and I knew. In that moment, I knew that I just had to let him go.
Okay, so we've got two names.
And a university, Broussard.
Well, that'll make it easier for you, Garcia.
If the unsub's father really taught
If those
Broussard,
are
chances are he's
real-
local.
Read?
Angels of Mercy, they repeat the same event over and over again. If, as you said, the story's true, then he's leaving one key piece of information out.
His brother didn't kill himself.
Peter did.
Fire caused such grief and suffering that it became the trigger.
And unable to stop himself, he targets someone he believes needs his help.
First, he keeps to some kind of timeline, a few weeks. The last two kills were within days.
He's devolving.
I got it. It's from 1984.
Garcia. They lived on campus?
It says here James Redding was the youngest suicide in Pennsylvania history. His father, Charles Redding, was a professor.
Any possibility that while we've been talking, you've been multitasking?
Track down his current address.
I love you, Penelope Garcia.
Get in line.
Huh. That was a different address than what was on the thing.
Claire! We need to work fast. The meeting's taking place all over the city.
With your guys and ours, his chances are next to zero, right?
Got away with
Maybe
it
it
this far.
wasn't.
Guys, you might want to take a look at this. Crossed off the names of Beth Smoller and Curtis Fackler, the last two victims.
Got a list of names of all those in the meetings.
They all have a type. Man, this guy kept himself busy.
Lorianne Morris. We spoke to her and her husband. Her name's not crossed off like the others.
Hi, my name is Lori.
No.
She's not answering her cell phone. I'm calling his cell now. Jonathan, hello, this is Agent Emily Prentice. Your wife, Lorianne, with you? You tell us where she is right now. Got it.
Oh no.
Rough day? You're gonna have to answer that.
Tried to quit, can't quite seem to do it.
Maybe now's not the time.
Right.
You'll know when it is. You have good intuition. I can see that. I'm late. It's nice to meet you.
Me too.
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for either one of these people. Have either of you seen them? You sure? All right, let's split up and search the building and the surrounding area. This way, guys.
Oh, fuck. No, just wait.
Lorianne Morris, have you seen her? Look close. She was here. Are you sure?
Excuse me. Have either of you seen these people? Okay, thank you.
AAA?
Expired. I'll figure something out.
Okay, keep it moving.
Maybe the parking lot.
Was she alone?
She was talking to some guy.
Parking lot?
Other side of the building.
How many exits does it have?
3, northeast and west side.
Let's split up and cover each one. Morgan, come with us.
Where are you going?
Please, it's no bother.
Where?
Main Street?
Didn't you just talk to FBI, the FBI about?
Hop in the bag.
What kind of car she has?
It's a blue Chevy.
Wait. I can help you.
Help me how?
The pain of not even being able to hold your son?
You think you can help me?
Yes. You just have to let go.
It's over there.
Is that what you did for all those people?
Yes. Yes, I did what they couldn't do.
You think you can help me?
Lorianne!
You think you can help me?
Yes.
Put your hands where I can see them. I'm going around. Show me your hands.
Don't move, we've got help coming.
Do it now. You got me?
Yeah. I understand what's going on.
You're fucking.
What's going on is you just took your last breath as a free man.
You're wrong.
Shut up.
You're gonna be okay.
Am I?
Lorianne, a mother isn't supposed to outlive her children.
Yeah.
But she's gone. Allie's dead.
I don't care anymore.
But your son does. Don't lose him as well.
Can't even imagine.
I wanted to thank you for all you did. and
Can't
for
even
believing me
imagine.
when no one else did.
Ron.
Thank you.
Paul's journal, I read it. Ronnie, your brother Paul wasn't murdered.
In Peter's apartment, unlike all the other victims, Paul's name was nowhere to be found.
You said the psychological autopsy was inconclusive.
Further analysis of the journal concludes it was suicide.
I'm sorry.
You're wrong.
Wow.
But like I said, thanks for coming.
The
Damn.
most authentic thing about us is our capacity to create, to overcome, to endure, to transform, to love, and to be greater than our suffering. Ben Okri.
How'd it go with Jack?
I just told him that I wasn't going to be around as much.
How'd he take it?
He gave me a hug and he said that everything was going to be all right.
Oh.
Smart kid. Like his dad.
So tell me, back at the house, when we found Beth Smoller.
I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder if we're actually changing anything.
Do you know why I have 4 properties?
No.
Tell me.
To rent them out?
If I'm not kicking down doors, I'm smashing down walls. At the end of the day, they both make me feel like I'm changing something. For the better. Good enough?
Good enough.
Okay. Could smash down my walls. Oh my god. That's crazy that the cop's brother's the only one that actually, like, really did do it, and he's the one who got them there. Like, damn. That sucks. This is one of those episodes, though, that, like, just because of the subject matter, even though most of them didn't, I personally don't love themed things personally, so this is one that I would not revisit and I would not watch again, although I thought it was really good and interesting, and yeah, let me know what y'all thought, though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.